After his resurrection, Jesus appeared to his disciples many times. St. Luke says that in the Acts of the Apostles. For many days he appeared to those who had come up with him from Galilee to Jerusalem. So we recall the appearances of Jesus at Easter time. The scriptures describe some of them. Jesus appeared to Mary Magdalene at the tomb on Easter Sunday when he called her by name. He appeared also to other women at the tomb that day. Easter evening, he appeared to his disciples in the upper room, and the next Sunday, he appeared again to them. Thomas, who wasn't there then, put his finger in the nail marks and his hand into the Lord's side. Jesus appeared also to the two disciples on the way to Emmaus and explained the scriptures to them and ate with them. At the lake shore in Galilee, he appeared to Peter and 7 of the other disciples, and he ate with them also. Now, Jesus' appearances show him as really alive. He's not a ghost or a figment of their imagination. He's not like Lazarus, someone who comes back from the dead. He's risen. In a new way, he's alive. And he promises others will rise and live too, like him. One thing we notice about Jesus' resurrection appearances is how occasional and fleeting they are. None of them are long. All of them verify that he's risen, body and spirit, he's alive. Thomas puts his finger in the nail marks and his hand into the wound in his side. The disciples eat with him. He explains the scriptures to the two disciples on the way to Emmaus, and they know him in the breaking of the bread. Mary Magdalene knows him mainly by his voice. But besides proving he's alive, Jesus in his Easter appearances begins to wean his disciples away from seeing him bodily. Do not cling to me, he says to Mary Magdalene. Stay with us, the disciples at Emmaus say, but after breaking bread with them, he disappears from their sight. Now they're going to see him in another way, through signs, like bread and wine, water, in gatherings where together they remember him, in the scriptures that speak of him, in the poor and the suffering who are wounded like him, in the signs of the times that unfold before him. That's the way Jesus will remain with them, through signs, and that's the way Jesus remains with us. Blessed are those who have not seen, but believe. Jesus says that to Thomas, and he says that to us. We believe through signs. Signs lead us to Jesus Christ. And signs also point out who we are in Jesus Christ. See what love the Father has bestowed on us, that we may be called the children of God, yet so we are. St. John says that in our reading. We're children of God, so we must live like God's children. And so we look at God's Son. He says he's the good shepherd. He guides. And we have things to do, like a shepherd, to guide, to bring others to God. We're bread. We're given to people to nourish. We're water that nourishes the life of the world. We have to keep together as believers. We have to see the wounds of Jesus in those who suffer. We have to read the signs of the times. The signs of the times. This Sunday's Earth Day. If there's one thing the signs of our times tell us, is that our earth, the created world that we're part of, is endangered by climate change. We human beings have done things that endanger our earth, and we have to care for it now. Give it our attention. Pope Francis tells us that in his great encyclical letter, Laudato Si. The risen Jesus goes to prepare a place for us, but he also remains with us. The signs that he gives us tell us that we have a mission here on earth now.